Welcome to the Story Capsule Time. This is episode 3 of Toxic But I Stayed series, The Friend Who I Will Never Revisit. This story is about two girls who were like sisters until one of them showed she never truly cared. Not every wound leaves a scar you can see. Sometimes it's the quiet disappointments, the slow drifting, the moments when someone you trusted made you feel small. Let's revisit a bond that looked like love and learn what it actually means. Let's begin. Anaya and Meera were childhood friends. But more than that, they were like sisters, or at least that's what it felt like. Meera, an only child, would often smile and say, "You're the sister I never had." And Anaya, the youngest in a large family with all her siblings married and away, believed it with all her heart. They grew up together, shared classrooms, lunch boxes, and dreams whispered in the dark. For Anaya, Meera was more than a friend. She was home. But life has a way of revealing people, not all at once, but in quiet, aching fragments. Meera had a bike, Anaya didn't, and every time Anaya asked for a ride or just some company, Meera would hesitate unless she genuinely wanted to go. She would say she was tired or had something to do, but then Anaya would see her ride out later for her own plans. It wasn't about the bike. It was the pattern. She was there only when it suited her. Anaya noticed these moments, small but sharp, and though she brushed them aside, each one left a mark. Then there was Meera's obsession with how she looked, always at parlors, shopping for the latest trends, skipping classes just to browse a new store. She loved compliments, craved them even, but rarely gave them. When Anaya wore something new or looked different, Meera would say, "It's nice, but you could have done better with your hair." Anaya would laugh it off. "That's just Meera," she would think. But inside, it stung. The kind of sting that's hard to explain, the kind you learn to carry. And then came the secrets. Over the years, Meera had been in several relationships, one after the other, and Anaya knew about each of them. She never judged, never questioned her. Even when Meera kept the details vague, Anaya respected her space because that's what sisters do. They trust even in silence. But one day, news came that shook her. Meera had eloped. Not with someone Anaya had already known, but with a new boy, someone she had never heard of. There hadn't been a single mention, not a name, not a hint. And strangely, it wasn't Meera who revealed the truth. It was Meera's mother. She said it quietly with a tired sigh. "Don't trust her too much, Anaya. She's not as innocent as she looks. She even steals money from the house, gave away expensive gifts to her boyfriends. You don't know what all she hides." Anaya didn't know how to respond. Her first instinct was to protect Meera, to believe that maybe her mother was being harsh, maybe Meera was misunderstood, maybe she never knew her better. But that night, Anaya lay awake, haunted by a single question she couldn't unask. What else didn't I know? Still, she stayed. Because when you love someone like a sister, you don't walk away the moment it gets complicated. You wait, you hope, you give more chances than you should. But then, Meera crossed the one line Anaya never imagined she would. Anaya had poured her heart out about one boy she loved, trusted Meera with every emotion, every fear, every flutter. After Anaya's relationship ended with a boy whom she had to let go of for painful family reasons, she grieved in silence. She hadn't spoken much about it to anyone except Meera. Meera knew how much it had broken her, how deeply she had loved, how long she had cried. And yet one day, Anaya overheard her laughing with someone, saying casually she just used the boy and left him. Poor guy. That sentence shattered something in Anaya, not just because it was cruel, but because it came from the one person who should have known better. She didn't confront her, didn't scream or demand answers. She just let go. From that moment on, she never spoke to Meera again. Life moved on. Anaya eventually got married to someone else, a gentle soul chosen through a different path. When wedding bells rang, Meera wasn't there. Not invited, not mentioned. Still, Meera called multiple times, messaged, texted, begged. But Anaya never opened that door again. And then, after nearly 8 years of silence, a message arrived. It was Meera. She wrote, "My father's heart is beating only half. He's admitted in the hospital. I'm scared and I wanted to tell this to you." Anaya read this message. For a second, her heart stirred, not out of attachment, but from old muscle memory. But the truth was, she didn't have it in her anymore. She didn't want to go back to that place, not even for a conversation, not even for sympathy. Because opening that door even a little would mean letting back the noise, the hurt, the history she had spent years healing from. She wasn't angry, she wasn't bitter, she was just done. She didn't want to carry Meera's chaos anymore. She didn't want to be pulled into confusion, guilt, or emotional debts that were never hers to begin with. So without a word, Anaya blocked her, not because she didn't care, but because she finally cared enough about herself to not go back. And just that was enough to provoke a storm. Meera lashed out, filled the accusations, personal attacks, insults no one should ever have to hear. She said things over messages that scarred, that left Anaya broken in a way words can't undo. Accusations, abuse, lies, it was no longer heartbreak, it was violence. And Anaya finally understood. Some people don't stop hurting you because you left. They only stop when you stop letting them in. And for Anaya, that door would never open again. Some bonds are buried, not broken, and sometimes silence is the strongest boundary we can draw. If someone ever made you feel like your love was a mistake, remember, you don't owe space in your life to the ones who broke your peace. Time may pass, they may knock again, but healing means knowing which doors should stay closed forever. The end.